We are in my 2002 Dodge Neon, and if you listen, you hear that growl. It's not my engine. Dude, it does not have a Hemi. Though, as I digress and pontificate, as I often do, I'm doing little tweaks to it to make it just a little more me. That growl is due to a failed top engine mount. The engine is actually leaning up towards the frame, and every once in a while, especially when you hit the irregularities in the road, it will do this and just growl at you. And my gas mileage, which is usually around 32 in the city, 35, 36 in a highway sometimes, depending on how I'm driving. It's kind of hard to tell because I just replaced my ignition coil with an MSD, but again, I digress. My gas mileage is usually really good, and in the 30s, is now down to about 19, 20. And it's not because of the roads that you see. It's Valentine's Day and it's snowing. So we're on our way to get a new top engine mount. We're gonna slap that on there, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's cold, so temperature's dropping all day. It's just cold as snot, and I need to rewire my garage before I can have the power company hook it back up. Anyway, 2 bolts, 1, 2. On this car, they are 18 millimeter a piece. I've already loosened them, obviously. And if you can see it, I'll show you when it comes out, but that's not good. The way that was like jammed in here. Now I have the engine supported with a jack stands. You're gonna make sure you use those, because if I die doing stuff like this, there are a few people who are gonna come out and kill me. So let me grab a flashlight here that I'm probably sitting on. If you can see, there's nothing supporting that at all. If you look at the new engine mount and the old engine mount, see, everything is nice and tight and connected here. That it is failing to be on the old engine mount. Ran down to AutoZone. Guys down there are great. I'm sorry, Advance Auto. And this part was only $37.44 after tax for this car. Let me it's gonna take forever if I do it two-handed. I actually spend more time setting up than actually screwing with these parts. But by supporting the engine, you take all the pressure off of the engine mount, making this part super easy. Actual labor time as far as doing this is 10 minutes. But you want to lift the car up so that you can do the bottom one. You want to do them both at the same time, because by doing them both at the same time, you're going to basically give all your engine its torque support back. Your performance is going to go up, your gas mileage is going to go up. It's going to be an awesome day in the neighborhood. But what this is doing here is not supposed to happen. I mean, come on. Yeah, your engine's really supported now, isn't it? So, throwing that back in. do the mount to the frame first. It'll be a lot easier as far as close. You know, instead of trying to like mount it to your engine and then hooking it up to your frame. What we have, throw this up. One through bolt. It's going to go through here, mount here to the engine on this piece. Sorry. And I know the lighting sucks. There's no heat. For now. I'm going to rewire this garage and put a little electric heater. I digress again. Mount up over here to the frame, but not all the way. And go through here. So that you have a little bit of play. And don't forget to, you know, play with the jack a little bit so you can raise it or lower it as you need to. Tell you what, this new engine mount's going to hold a lot better than that thing. There's no way I was going to get anywhere with that. Okay, finger tight, little turn. Finish going here. I love this car too. The color is a 2003 to 2005 color. You can find it on some 2002s. I drove 4 hours to Naperville, Illinois to buy this thing. 2 years ago, 2 years and 1 week ago, the week before Valentine's Day. And I got a heck of a deal on it. Alright, so that's tight. I'll be able to set that to torque. The bottom one is not much different. This one's in decent condition. I'm still going to change it. Same thing. Okay, we have the support removed. Working on an 18mm. You need a deep socket or a wrench, and I've got my wrenching going on over here for this one as well. So here in just a moment we'll have that off, and then we'll slap that new one on. But I can't hold the camera, and with my van right behind me, I can't do this. So I'll just slap you back on here in a second. Alright, we have this back one coming out with the washer. Some tension on that. Get this front one here. I don't have any room for my camcorder to sit on a tripod. So fortunately I'm awesome enough to be able to slap both around. Yeah. So I'm gonna grab the other one here. Let me put this down for a second. Alright, front view here where it's mounting into that little sucker right there. I had to take the jack off to help it align. Get that tightened up there before I torque that down to 40. I'm sorry, 80. And we're gonna jack the engine back up again and take some pressure off. Give me just a second. My hood, I can't see anything. There we go. And we're just going to rush that back down there, get everything torqued this back, and then I'm going to be a happy camper. everything's on. Do not skimp on your torque settings. Your engine is designed to run a certain way with certain pressures, certain forces. And if you cheat yourself with improper torque, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna rip up your car, you're gonna rip up your engine. And set this one to 40. Even rip up your life, because an improperly torqued car, you don't know what's going to break, you don't know how it's going to break. So that is replacing the motor mounts on your car. It's easy. If you'd like to save money, if you don't mind getting a little dirty, you could save yourself a lot of money. It's actually not that bad. It's easy. Like, top one's 10 minutes. The bottom one, you know, screwing around with you know, rusty bolts, type bolts, because you're sitting here close to the ground with this salt and the rust and everything. But you're gonna have that. So I'm gonna remount this. I'm going to get the wheel back on it, and then we're gonna take it back out and have a little fun, see how it's performing after that. Oh yeah, sounds much nicer. A skating rink of a alley here. Oh goodness, it's cold out there. Sorry, before I get the gas here, plug in my phone and see what my daughter wanted to say. Oh, I love that sound. Sounds so much better, or as I would say to my kids, much more gooder. I've got an IQ over 140. I can speak as I wish, just because it drives the people who say they're smart up the wall. Where should we go? Should we go downtown? Roads are gone. Jeez. Only complaint I have about where I live as far as location in the city is trying to get out of my alley. That's where my garage is located. Traffic. Yeah. that growl of the engine vibrating against the frame. Got no loss of torque anymore like we had before with the engine not passing the energy as it's supposed to. And as soon as I get somewhere. Oh, looks like you're gonna do me a favor. Feel that energy just waiting to get into the drive axis. Yep, I'm happy. We're good to go. So that's changing your motor mounts. 2 bolts each, easy. Now, a lot of cars, I know like my car, has a motor mount in the middle. Goodbye, Focus Cam. You son of That's gonna get annoying here in like 5 seconds ago. Just can't stuck under my car now. There she goes. As I was saying, I know on my car there is a 3rd engine mount in the center. For that one, especially in tight quarters on a small car like this, you will want to try, if you can, get that lifted out. Like for this one, it's, I believe, 8 bolts to hold it together, and a bolt that goes right through the side frame. Through an access hole, doesn't actually hold it to the frame, but it goes through, mounts it up, gets everything set up. It's often associated with your tensioner. That's one you might not want to try to do yourself. If you have a truck or a van, you probably won't do too bad. But when you have a small car, like my car here, then you are better off just sticking with the top and bottom and taking that one in, unless you have the resources to pull that out. That's changing them. And next time I've got something helpful for you, I will post it up for you. Have a good one, guys.